Okay, so Kwapong House, very interesting house, so to speak. How to survive in Kwapong House, or how, as it were, to have survived in Kwapong House. Mainly, you would have to be honest with you, the survival would have been bent on just following the rules because you had a set of laid down rules that the school wanted you to follow. So your best way out was simply to follow the rules, to have as much fun as possible, yes, to study, but then really just to follow the rules. That was like your sure way out of any kind of trouble. So being in Kwapon House, we had the famed Mr. Samuel Bukasa with us. This was somebody who had an eye for detail. I mean, he could catch you at the least instance. So I remember in our house, the people who would have wanted to pap, as we would call it, leave the school and go and buy food outside the house. But you see, Mr. Samuel had easily become legend in the school. So you actually dare not do that because there were times where people had done that and had met him on the way to buy the food, or probably he was hiding under some trees somewhere and he spotted them, So a lot of legend around Mr. Samuel. I remember one very interesting experience but one thing about him was he noticed students had generally developed a fear for him, but that was not what he wanted to project. He wanted to project discipline. So I remember one time we have a door that leads to our courtyard where we have a big space for a lot of things. And these two former boys had come to hear the stories about Mr. Samuel and how he was tough and all that. So they were exiting the door to the courtyard and saw him. As soon as they saw him, they wanted to run away back into the house. So they were actually running back into the house. And he called them and said, "Hey, come back. Why were you running? Why are you afraid of me?" Just there and then we saw them scrabbing stones. Hey, so that was I mean, Mr. Samuel was easily a very amazing character because he just wanted to pass across discipline, but not fear. He recognized the difference between discipline, respect, and then fear. So it was really an interesting experience. I remember times where Akwaku's nights, boys would want to do all kinds of strange things. And if there's a particular door in the house that doesn't get open, it's upstairs. If you get into the house, it's close to D dom. Now, if you hear that door opening, it means there's a raid about to happen. He's about to enter the house. That door is linked to only his bungalow, his section of the house. So it hardly opens once in a while. Then you open that door and enter. And if you are caught, we leave you in God's hands. All right. So being with Mr. Samuel was truly a fun experience in a way, but it was very tough. So I think for anybody who would have been in Kwapon House at the time, really, these are some of the things you'd have encountered. Top training, you come and talk to us when we don't have a common room in Kwapon House. So we do what we call house front service. Where other houses have common room meetings on Sundays, we have what we call house front service. And you come and talk to us, tell us why we should be this way or that way. And so really, Mr. Samuel was a very legendary figure. Charlie, trust me, he was. He's what you know him to be, but kind. Yeah. So that's a bit about Mr. Samuel and Kwapon House.